India is full of temples. There are vivid architectural styles that have changed with kingdoms and eras. Each of the temple has something to say to its visitors, some story to tell, some message to communicate. Chintamani and I have decided to travel to the region of Hampi in Karnataka to explore the different temples. These temples are constructed in the era of Chalukyas and ahead. Hampi, that now is one of the World Heritage Sites, is famous for the ruins left of the Vijayanagar Empire. We took a sleeper bus from Pune to Hospet that took around 14 hours of travel and stayed in Hampi International Hotel. For the tour, we have hired an auto for the entire day. We are now heading towards the first huge statue of Lord Ganesh called as Sasikavelu Ganesh. It's a monolithic one nearly 2.5 meters tall. Now we are walking to the adjoining premises surrounding the famous Virupaksh temple. There is one more huge Ganesh idol here. That's the Kadelu Kalu Ganpati. This one is again a monolithic structure carved in a single rock, 4.6 meters tall. Its name is so because its belly is carved to resemble a Bengal gram. The temple hall is also beautifully decorated with granite pillars having carvings of various mythological characters. A little ahead we can now see the Shikhar, that is the top of the most famous Virupaksh temple. The premises around the Virupaksh temple are the Hemakuta group of temples. These are having pillared structures and quite a few temples of the same format here. These are said to be of Shaiva origin and date back to the 9th century. Taking a ticket of Rs 25 per head, foreign tourists of course have to pay Rs 500, and video camera again needs 500. Now we are going into the premises of this Virupaksh temple. I can't use the tripod as it requires special permission from the Archaeological Survey Department here. Wow, this temple has a Dravidian style of architecture with a beautiful ornate gopura. Gopura means gate, temple gate. It is huge, 50 meters tall. Virupaksh is a form of Lord Shiv. Hampi is located on the banks of Tungabhadra river, and this Virupaksh temple is very important as currently also the temple rituals are ongoing. This temple dates back to 9th and 10th century and is considered to be constructed by Lakhan Dandesha, a chieftain under the ruler Devraya II of Vijayanagar Empire. One of the special features that we have just identified is that at the entrance of this temple is a three-headed Nandi, Lord Shiv's vehicle. On the other side there is a one-headed Nandi. In the premises of the Virupaksh temple is the Kalyan Mandap or the marriage hall. And look at the carvings, they are so wonderful. Carvings of warriors, carvings of Shivling, and other such beautiful carvings can be seen. On both sides are these columned structures, possibly for the halt of travelers, or maybe it was used for a market to buy and sell various commodities. It's the November month end going on, but yet the sun is still sending high heat rays in this area. Half the day has already been spent on taking a close look at these various structures. Our auto driver cum guide has now stopped at the huge Nandi, Again, a monolithic structure. It's facing the Virupaksh temple. Most of the Shiv temples have the Nandi on their entrance. This one is constructed quite far off from the main gate of Virupaksh. Near the Nandi, there is also a signboard showing other places. Let's explore. Oh, here there are these typical Hampi boulders. Enormous. Not much to see here, so we are now heading to the Hampi Bazaar to just check out on some handicrafts available in local market. Some refreshing coconut water, and then we move ahead. Hampi Bazaar is just a street with some small shops selling some clothing and some antique coins and handicrafts, but very small and not much fun here. So let's move ahead. Our guide is taking us through these cave-like rocks to the banks of Tungabhadra, where there is some boating going on. Boating? I thought I'm not much interested. But this is different, a round boat made up of bamboo. Interesting and fun to have a short ride, and this also breaks the monotony of the temples. November end is just the beginning of season time in Hampi. The peak season is from December to February. Though it's a bit hot here, we are enjoying the less crowded and peaceful streets and attractions of Hampi. After a short lunch break, we are off to the next destination, the lovely Krishna temple. This temple seems to be a must-see sight in Hampi. Wow, look at these carvings. Spectacular. This temple was constructed by Krishnadev Raya in 1513, and the main idol was the Bal Krishna, or Lord Krishna as infant. I am in the Krishna temple. This one has amazing carvings on each pillar and also quite intact. Look at these. The symbols showing festivity, the dragon-like structures at the entrance, the angels, that is, the yakshas and kinnars, all look wonderful. There are some dancers carved on these decorated pillars. I am truly amazed with this place. We took nearly 1.5 hours to see this temple. It's a must-visit place in Hampi. Just opposite to this temple is the Krishna Bazaar, now not much intact. It's evening and the end of a wonderful day in Hampi. Before heading to Hospet, we will make this day end special by watching the sunset from the hilltop of this temple. In this temple, the Ramayana is recited 24/7 in a chain form. That's great. Oh, oh, what peace here. After this wonderful sunset, we have decided to feed these hungry monkeys, but with the food that is natural and made for them, the bananas. We will never feed animals things like chips or chocolates or food not made for them. We are moving back now to Hospet city around 10 kilometers from here. This is our second day in the historic kingdom of Hampi. These ruins and constructions are making my imagination run wild as to how royal it must be when they were intact. Though we have preferred to stay at Hospet in a comfy hotel, you could also backpack and take an accommodation in some homestay in Hampi. This can give you the liberty to move around on a bicycle or on foot. We have started this day with this huge statue of Ugra Narsimha, God Vishnu's avatar. And next to it is the large shivling. Its speciality is that it's constructed a little below ground level and its base is covered underwater. Okay, here comes our next destination, the Lotus Mahal. This is said to be the Queen's resting areas. Some are intact, while others have just the base left. At the corners are watchtowers, and behind are these elephant stables. Look at this decor even for the elephant's home. For visiting this place, you again have to take a ticket. After this beautiful view in the pleasing light, we are now heading to see the famous stone chariot and the most visited Vijay Vitthal temple. This is one of the largest structures in Hampi and also known for its exceptional craftsmanship. This temple is constructed during the 15th century during the reign of Krishnadev Raya, the famous ruler of Vijayanagar dynasty, and it's dedicated to Lord Vishnu. This one again is a Dravidian style. There are battery operated vehicles between the main entrance and the gate of this temple, charging a nominal fee of rupees 20 per person, but it's worth and it saves time and energy. Look at these unmatched and elaborate artistic carvings. This temple has such high compound walls. Yes, we are at the Vijay Vitthal temple, and behind me you can see the famous stone chariot. There are a couple of mandapas here, like the Kalyan Mandap or marriage hall, the Utsav or festival mandap. Every pillar of this temple has elaborate carvings. There are elephant carvings occupying the base of the mandapas. In some cases there are horses, and in others there are dancers. Here one of the mandapa is called as the musical mandap or ranga mandap, where there are number of pillars giving out sounds when tapped. We are now entering the Vijay Vitthal temple to explore it in detail. The ceilings of the premises are so beautiful. We hardly look up, but these are worth getting noticed. The pillared structures of this temple look appealing. This temple has carvings of monkeys. There are carvings of gods and goddesses. Carvings of the Lakshmi Narsimha, Some places there are dancers. It's extremely beautiful here. Now we have entered the famous Rangamandap, or the hall where there are saregama or musical pillars. Our guide is showing us the sounds by tapping gently on the pillars.
metal, stone, तबला सुनिए सर तबला.
These are resonating some sounds. He told us, once upon a time these pillars when struck in a perfect pattern would give out sound of saregama. Great, isn't it? Behind this temple is the King's Balance and other ruins. The King's Balance is the place where the Tula Dan used to be performed. The king used to sit on one side of the weigh scale, and the other side was put gold, silver, and other valuables that were then distributed to the people of his kingdom. On our way back from this temple, we can see a board that mentions Bhima's Gateway. We have stopped the auto here and are now checking out what this place exactly is. Oh, here is the statue of Bhima, one of the characters in Mahabharata. This place seems to be an olden day gym. Our guide too is not very sure about this. Now the day is almost ending and we have decided to get back to Hospet to take some rest. On this third and the last day of our Hampi trip, we are moving from Hospet in our auto rickshaw on the same road. The first thing we have stopped at is the Queen's Bath. This looks like a swimming pool of the olden days. Not much of carving and decoration here. From the Queen's Bath, after moving for nearly 2 kilometers, we have reached the watchtower from where a view of the ruins of Hampi can be seen clearly. This is the place where the noblemen's quarters were. Supposedly, the VIPs and ministers of that era used to reside. Near this place we can see the king's platform, a richly carved base with elephants depicting the royal value. The guide has mentioned this to be the audience hall of those times. Ahead of this, we can see the famous Pushkarni or the water tank. This is quite intact. As this area is quite far off from the Virupaksh temple, there is one more underground Shiv temple constructed for the convenience of the noblemen. This temple has steps to take us below the ground level. The Nandi and the typical carvings on pillars decorate this place. After taking a good view of this place, we have decided to go to the next and final destination, the most awaited Hazar Ram temple. This one is famous for its rich carvings, and definitely it's justified. Look at this. This temple is dedicated to Lord Ram and bears carvings of the scenes from the epic Ramayana and also of Lord Krishna. At the entrance itself are the 4 layered wall engravings. Below, on the entire compound wall, are the elephants. On top of them are the horses. On the next level are the soldiers, and on the topmost are the dancers. The entrance step has this flower engraving, giving it a feel of purity. There are a couple of carvings that I can identify. Yes, here is Goddess Durga. Here are the different scenes of Lord Ram, Lakshman and Sita from Ramayana. This one looks like a worshipper. Here is Lord Ganesh. Yes, this is Lakshmi Narasimha. We have seen this one in other temples of Hampi also. This looks like the Kalash with floral decorations. This is Lord Krishna playing his flute. Different poses of Hanuman are also seen here. Each wall is packed with carvings. It took nearly 2.5 hours for us to take a good view of this place and do the justice to these carvings. The temple's exterior walls are also beautified with a series of step carvings. These 3 days in Hampi were wonderful. Now I have to head to Hospet to move to the next destination, Badami. Subscribe to this channel and travel with me to Badami in the next video.